Welcome to the open mic night of the living dead. And today, our encore episode for Scream.
The creature's creeping right behind you. I hope you finally find a little slice of peace and light. 'Cause it comes crashing down tonight. Welcome to the open mic. When we call your name, you'll die. But there's no need to dread. This is the open mic night of the living dead.
All right, here we are. We're firing on all cylinders, I would say.
How many cylinders? I don't know cars. That's cars, right?
At least 7.
7 cylinders.
If we're talking about the amount of movies that are going to be in the Scream series come next year.
Yeah, that's right. Kind of crazy.
I'm sure some listeners might be wondering if, you know, we've done Scream. We've spun The Exorcist for next week, which is going to be awesome.
Yes.
One of my favorite horror classics. But we might have some Scream heads out there screaming their heads off about, what about Scream 2? Okay, that Scream 2 was my favorite. That's what they're saying, not me. I have mixed feelings about Scream 2. I really like it.
I like Scream 2.
A lot of times I love it. But we can talk about that more when we get there, which I'm hoping we will someday.
Right, because that's part of the plan, right?
Yes, what we're going to do. Because the way that we choose the episode for next week is we spin the wheel randomizer. Or the randomizer wheel.
Yeah, that's probably
it's a wheel
more.
on my phone that has a list of movies on it.
Correct. That's the main wheel, right?
Yes.
Right.
And there's going to be so many wheels. All y'all.
That's why I'm clarifying it for people, because I know we're used to the wheel schema, but not most people listening are not. So there's the main wheel that has 12 movies on it
13.
at all times. I do that. I keep doing that. 13 movies on the main wheel.
Baker's Dozen, not a regular dozen.
Baker's Dozen. I love baking. Baker's Dozen.
Butcher, Baker, Nightmare Maker.
Oh, that was the first movie we ever watched with Joe Bob.
No, it wasn't. We watched Society.
Really?
I believe
I thought
so.
it was Butcher Baker.
Maybe I watched Society with Joe Bob.
I think you watched
before
Society.
I invited you to join me when I knew that you were eligible for such fun.
I'm glad that I made the cut.
Well, you did this time. Speaking about cuts, we're talking about Scream and sequels. So we've got the wheel that has 13 movies on it, and that is the wheel we spin for next week's episode, which we spun The Exorcist for
Yes.
the next episode. We were running out of time, and I didn't tell you all the movies that were on it. Next time we spin, I'll read you all of the potential movies that we might spin for the following episode. Here's what I'm proposing for sequels, and you can tell me if you think this is cool.
Great.
Once we have about 4 or 5 movies under our belt that have sequels, we will then create a sequel wheel.
A squeal?
A squeal, perfect. And then on the main wheel from which we draw our movies, I will add a sequel spot on that wheel.
Like a franchise placeholder.
Yes.
Right.
And then if we spin that, then we go to the sequel
wheel.
The squeal. And
I got it. So, okay. So you're not going to have a spot for each franchise in the Baker's Dozen wheel. You're going to have just a slice that says sequel. And if we spin sequel, then we will spin the secondary squeal that will then tell us which franchise's sequel we're going to be watching. That makes sense.
And I might even put it on there twice just to up the chances a little bit.
Right.
And so it's not
like 3 years before we watch the next one.
And it might be, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. No, I like that.
We'll
I
leave
think
a lot
that
of it to chance, and we're still learning and seeing how this goes.
when we started watching movies and first made our first wheel that we spin every night when we watch movies, we had a slice for each franchise for a while, right? Because we were working our way through Halloween and Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. And since then, we've worked our way through Child's Play / Chucky And what are some of the other ones? We've started, Alien, we're kind of halfway through that franchise, and Predator, because they align at one point, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. That's cool. I like that. And I think it makes more sense for the format, given that we want to make sure we get to the sequels. So that means, well, we've done Scream, and then next week we're doing Exorcist. So,
which I guess counts. We haven't seen Exorcist 2 Heretic, which I heard is a trash show.
Right.
But we might have to do it just to
get to 3.
To 3, which I have seen.
I've not seen it, but I really am excited about seeing it someday. So yeah, definitely got to get there. Gotta get there.
Oh, and also we will have a demo from last week's from the Scream songs today too.
Yes.
Should have mentioned that before.
Right, that's part of the after show, is that we'll talk about something else, whether that's movies or the show or something kind of in this area, a little less scripted and planned and notes taken, followed up by a demo or demos of the songs from the previous show.
And we'll get to that in
Just
shortly. But since we are talking about sequels and we are talking about Scream, I did want to update you on what I've been hearing about Scream 7.
That is, Scream is the franchise that you often bring the news to the table for. That is one of your favorites. So I'm not surprised that you are up to date on all things Scream.
Well, I'm not always up to date, and things keep changing. This has been like a tumultuous pre-production as far as major franchises go. But as of right now, they have confirmed a release date for February 27th, 2026.
Okay.
For Scream 7. It is going to see the return of Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott.
Unbelievable.
Of course, Courtney Cox. But we'll get to more of the cast in just a minute. I just wanted, for those of you not in the know, you know, we're leaving off from Scream 6, our adventure in New York City. Ghostface takes Manhattan. And
No spoilers, right? Should we no spoilers?
yeah, no spoilers. We're not talking
Okay.
about those movies yet directly.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make a reminder that maybe not everybody has seen Scream 6.
But I will be mentioning some people who won't be returning who you might have expected to return. And some people who are returning that you never would have expected to return.
Fair.
Of course, we've got, the big thing is that originally the filmmakers for Scream 2022 and Scream 6, Radio Silence team, which I'm a huge fan of. They also did Ready or Not and Abigail. And those two movies, they could not return because of conflicts due to Abigail. Which
Great movie.
now seems like a while ago.
It does. But that was such a good movie.
But all of this got interrupted by the SAG strike.
The writer's strike, that's right.
So that's part of what has caused the delay and the change in the team. Then Christopher Landon was going to direct the film. And he's also directed some movies we've really enjoyed. He did the Happy Death Day movies. He did Freaky.
Uh-huh.
And some other notable
Oh
films.
yeah, I like his movies. Very fun.
Yeah, he seemed like a good choice.
Yeah, very much with the Scream vibe, with the aesthetic, as the kids say these days.
And, you know, the mix of comedy with horror seems like he has good experience to join. But he ended up leaving the production. And so now directing the film is Kevin Williamson.
What?
Who, as you know, scripted the first few.
What?
So we'll see how he does in the director's chair.
I'm not sure if you've told me this before and I forgot, but this is an authentic reaction to that. That's really exciting. I didn't put that together. I think you did. Did you tell me that before?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'm finding out now as if it were for the first time, so it might as well have been. That's really, really interesting. I wonder if that is why Neve Campbell is coming back.
I think she was...
Or if that's part of it. I don't know.
I think she was going to come back before that. Because the reason she wasn't in 6 was a contract dispute. Neve Campbell wanted to be paid fairly for her work.
Huh. Imagine that.
I know. And apparently Spyglass disagreed, the studio. So,
Grr.
but it seems like they've come to terms, and she's coming back. Kevin Williamson, it is, as far as I know right now, based on a screenplay by Guy Busick, which is based on a story by Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt, who's the team that wrote Scream 2022 and Scream 6.
Cool.
So there is some continuity there, hopefully some consistency. However, the people we're not seeing return are Melissa Barrera.
Right.
And Jenna Ortega.
Yes, this I knew about. This I've heard about.
Because Melissa Barrera made some comments on the internet that the studio didn't like. I'm not sure I agree with the studio whatsoever. I think people should be able to say what they want.
Mm-hmm. But be that as it may, we don't run the studio.
We don't. And I shouldn't say anything that they want, but, political opinion should be somewhat protected, I feel like. But who am I to judge?
You're just a guy with a microphone on the internet.
Exactly. And then Jenna Ortega said she wouldn't return because of her conflict due to the show Wednesday. I'm not sure I completely buy that, but it is what it is. No more Jenna Ortega, which probably is part of what maybe freed up some cash for Neve Campbell, or I don't know. I'm speculating heavily at this point.
Yeah, she's so huge right now.
We'll also be... So we're not going to see them. However, it sounds like we'll be seeing the return of Jasmine Savoy Brown and Mason Gooding, the cousins, Mindy and Chad. Looks like they'll be back, which, Mason Gooding should be back. He's the one he survived.
There's going to be some spoilers.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
It's hard to discuss it, but I don't know if anybody
would
actually...
I'm just saying Mason Gooding right now, you're not going to know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So.
But if someone, I feel like whoever is continuing to listen to this likely is interested in what's going on with Scream.
So they're coming back, which I'm glad about because they were certainly a spark in those last two films. Some people you might be surprised are coming back. First is David Arquette as Dewey
Spoiler
Riley.
alert. Yes, I am surprised.
Probably not as surprised as you'll be to hear that Matthew Lillard.
What? Wait,
returning.
I think I saw something about that, but I skipped over it. It was something, maybe it was, I don't know if it was on X or on Reddit, but I saw something. Wait a second. First of all, I love Matthew Lillard. I think he's great. And that's really exciting, but also how are they gonna do? I mean, whatever. That's what we'll find out.
I'm not sure about it. And honestly, concerns me a little bit.
Really? Tell me more.
I just, retconning of franchises can lead to many a problem.
Halloween.
All of them. All of them.
I know. I was just thinking specifically about Halloween and its 4 timelines.
Well, if they were going to do a different timeline, I'm almost better with that, depending on how they're planning to use them. But I don't think they're going to do another. And Scream has been one of the more consistent franchises out of all of them. Whether you like it or not, it's consistent.
Agreed.
And so I don't know. I mean, we'll see what they do, but it makes me nervous. I think it was pretty bold to bring back Billy.
Oh.
Billy Loomis. Why can't I think of the actor's name?
Skeet Ulrich?
Yes, thank you. They brought back Skeet Ulrich as Billy in Scream 2022. I'm cool with how they did it. I think it's interesting and bold, and I'm fine with that. But too much of that could be problematic for me.
I could see that. And I do think that you're a bit more tender about this franchise than others. I think this is one of the ones.
I don't think you've been on the internet. This is one of the more beloved franchises.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm saying not more than like the average Scream fan. I'm saying more than me. Like this is your franchise, like of when we're looking at movies together, because that's what this is about, right? It's more about our opinions and stuff that I am not as concerned about it, but I don't think I hold it as dearly as you do. I think I might have something else to say about Evil Dead, for example, or I don't know, one of the other ones that appeals to me in the same way. But no, Scream, you've got a soft spot for this franchise, so I can see how you and all of your other internet cohort might be concerned about this.
Well, I do not necessarily agree with all the cohorts out there either.
I understand.
There's a lot of opinions. there's the Sydney diehards that feel like she should be the be-all, end-all of the franchise. I don't necessarily feel that way, although I'm happy to see her back. Ultimately, I trust the filmmakers at this point, and I'm hoping they're going to deliver in a way that makes sense. Another person you might be interested to hear is returning to the franchise is Scott Foley, who played Roman Bridger in Scream 3.
Scream 3, right?
Sydney's brother.
Right.
So I don't know what's the deal with that.
Why are they doing all of this? It's going to be interesting to see, I suppose.
Maybe it's going to be really cool.
I hope so. That would be great. I love new movies. We watch lots of new movies, but having, these classic franchises that help us connect to our own past, right? Like I think that's why these are so special to so many people, because they were big when we were kind of growing up, when we were teenagers and in our early 20s. And they were so in touch with modern culture at the time and pop culture. I think they become very much a part of our story, our own story, which is why sequels are important enough to have a whole after show about, because they're a big piece of being a horror fan.
Well, and obviously the Scream franchise relies heavily on twists. I don't think any of them have succeeded as highly as the first film did, but how can you kind of like with M. Night Shyamalan, he kind of started relying on twists, and some were more successful than others.
Yeah.
I was really hoping in Scream 6, when the whole Neve Campbell debacle took place and we found out she wasn't going to be in the film, I was hoping that was misdirection.
Oh, that would have been great.
And I honestly, for me, I thought it would have been really cool if she was the killer in 6, and that they said she wasn't in it. It didn't happen like that, spoiler alert, but otherwise. Some new cast members, at least as of right now. We'll see in February of 2026 whether this all plays out. But Joel McHale is going to play Sydney's husband.
Oh, cool.
Which originally it was supposed to be Patrick Dempsey, because he played the cop in Scream, right? 3, and they kind of had a romance. I'm not certain whether Joel McHale is playing that character or whether he's playing
a different character.
Yes.
I really liked him in Becky, which we watched recently.
Yes, yeah.
Another horror movie that he was in that we just rewatched recently.
Yes. Showing his more dramatic chops. He's good with the comedy and the drama, so he's definitely
a good fit for the cast, I think.
Yeah. And there's a list here of new cast members, but one of interest, a couple of interests are Ethan Embry.
Yay! Which we just talked about in the last after show.
Yes, because we had watched that.
Because we watched his movie, which I'm not going to remember.
Devil's Candy.
Devil's Candy. I was like, it's not Hard Candy. That's a different movie, which we should watch sometime. But no, Devil's Candy. Ethan Embry. I feel also a good vibe. Also 90s, 2000s nostalgia, right?
Yes, yeah. To fit in with the old school cast, who's apparently all returning. Another interesting addition to the cast, it looks like McKenna Grace is going to be in both of the Ethan Embry, McKenna Grace. Their roles have not been disclosed. Probably just friends or Ethan Embry must be a dad of some sort, or like.
That's so weird.
But McKenna Grace she was in the new Ghostbuster movies.
Oh.
She was Egon Spengler's granddaughter, which at the moment.
I did not recognize her by name.
Yeah, I was just looking up her actual character's name in those movies. Phoebe.
I
should remember that. So those are just some of the additions, and also returning, we will have Roger L. Jackson returning as the voice of Ghostface.
Fantastic. Okay, so that kind of wraps it all up in a nice little bow. And there's some oldies, some newbies, some good additions. I think definitely is going to be a big production, and will be one that we'll have to go see in the theaters. We don't see a lot of movies in theaters these days, but we did go see the last 2 Scream movies.
I think just 6.
Oh, maybe just 6.
But we'll definitely be seeing this in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'll be seeing it without you.
That's fine. That's fair. I'm limited in the number of theater trips I can make. So John often has to go by himself to the theater.
Often.
Not often.
Because there were plenty of movies I've missed so far this year.
Very true. But I encourage it when I'm not able to go.
All right. I think that's a good place to end. We've got, as promised, some hot new music for you. Some tunes. The tunes you heard last week. But, you know, demified. Demified?
Prettified. Maybe.
Demonified? No. We went in the studio, which this is the studio.
This is the same place as we did the music.
But we recorded them a little bit more.
And added some things to them. You added things to them. I just sang and maybe played an instrument here and there.
And so we have for you both songs. First, we have Rachel's song, inspired by Scream, called Love Interest.
Romeo and Juliet, star-crossed till the end. Lovers bound against the world, at least that's what they intend. But all too often, love's a coffin. Dreams turn into nightmares. Look out for the love interest, especially when he seems perfect. He was always gonna have a flaw. You really can't have it all, 'cause we all go a little mad sometimes, especially the love interest. So look out for the love interest. Red flags scattered across the field, still you don't trust your gut. Something behind that brooding smile, but you just don't know what. He minds your trauma for high school drama. He killed your mama. Sin. Look out for the love interest, especially when he seems perfect. He was always gonna have a flaw. You really can't have it all, 'cause we all go a little mad sometimes, especially the love interest. Life's no movie, still you're truly starring in this peep show. He's got no reason, still he comes creeping. Please don't run up those stairs. Look out for the love interest, especially when he seems perfect. He was always gonna have a flaw. You really can't have it all, 'cause we all go a little mad sometimes. And there's always some stupid bullshit reason to kill your girlfriend when you're the love interest. Look out for the love interest. And we've got John's song, inspired by Scream, I'll Be Right Back.
I'll be right back.
It all started with a scream. You know you shouldn't pick it up if the phone rings, 'cause it's never who you think it is, and it happens when we're least expecting. But he's closer than he seems. He's got your number. Yeah, he's closer than he seems. Could be a brother. Still got mine and Ghostface has an eye. Follow the rules, but now you're under attack. I'm on to save myself and I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back. It's just like a town that dreaded sundown. It's just like a scene from Halloween. Shouldn't run up the stairs, but now you've got to. 'Cause he's right behind you, behind you, behind you. I don't know if I can save your life. I've still got mine and Ghostface has a knife. Follow the rules, but now you're under attack. I'm gonna save myself and I'll be right back. I'm gonna save myself and I'll be right back. I'm gonna save myself and I'll be right back.
All right. I hope you enjoyed the music this week. We look forward to talking to you next week about...
The Exorcist.
Oh, wait.
No.
wrong one. What kind of sound can I do for The Exorcist?
Oh, man.
The power of Christ compels you?
Yeah, I guess.
The power of Christ
Maybe
compels
some
you.
chanting. Yeah.
We'll work on it.
Well, you just have to see. It's a work in progress.
All right. Until next week, I'll be right back.
See ya.